Namaskar. Today we will study procurement of drugs. In this, we will study what is procurement or purchase, what are the objectives, what are the types of purchasing, what are the methods of purchasing or procurement, what is the procedure followed, and then we will study in detail about tenders, quotations, vendors, and discounts. So, drug procurement is an important function of drugstore management. It starts with selection of drugs, which drugs to be procured, then selection of the vendors, who are the vendors from whom the drugs will be procured, then as per the consumption we need to identify the drugs and prepare the purchase order, and then we should ensure its timely delivery from the supplier. After receiving the drugs, we must inspect for the quality and quantity, and if it is okay, then we can go for payment. In this way, this purchasing or procurement is done. So these are all the functions of the procurement. Accordingly, we have 6 objectives. They are called 6R. R stands for right type and quality of drugs to be purchased. They should be delivered at right place, in right quantity, at right time, at right or reasonable price from a reliable supplier or vendor. So the principle of drug procurement is procure the most cost-effective drug in the right quantities, select reliable suppliers of high-quality products, ensure timely delivery at right place, achieve the lowest possible total cost. So this all includes those 6R. Good pharmaceutical procurement practice includes procurement by generic names, procurement as per essential drug list or drug formulary, procurement in bulk, and all those aspects of 6R with reliable payment and good financial mechanism with transparency and written procedures. We can classify purchasing in two ways. One is mercantile and industrial, and second one is centralized and decentralized. In mercantile purchasing, there is no value addition. So in drug store, we usually do mercantile purchasing. But in industrial purchasing, there is value addition. The raw materials are converted into finished goods. So that is industrial purchasing. Again, we can classify purchasing into centralized and decentralized. In centralized purchasing, there is a department called purchase department which purchases on behalf of each department. So each department will send their requirements and they will be compiled and purchased by the purchase department. What is the advantage? Because the purchase will be done in bulk, so there will be bargaining capacity, so we can get the products at lower price. But since we have to involve all the departments, the procurement may be slow. In decentralized purchasing, each department can purchase on its own so the procurement may be faster, but the cost may be higher. There are four methods of procurement: by inspection, by sample, by description, by grade. By inspection is the oldest method. Here the goods are thoroughly examined with regard to their quality and price structure. By sample is the very common method. The sample of goods is supplied by the supplier and the buyer examines the sample and place the order. In drugstore, we usually follow by description method of purchasing. Here we describe the drug as per its brand name with dosage form, dose, all those things. And in most cases, they have the catalog or price list. As per that, it is ordered. By grade, for sometimes the goods which are standardized and graded are purchased in required quantity, and in laboratories the chemicals can be purchased as per Indian Pharmacopoeia standard or British Pharmacopoeia standard or United States Pharmacopoeia standard. Similarly, there can be AgMark for agricultural products and ISI for electrical products. So the purchase procedure starts with the need recognition, and in a drug store, first we need to identify what are the drugs to be purchased, and that should be prepared as per the consumption data, which drugs are consumed by each department. As per that data, the need has to be recognized. Then the specific need, which brand we want to purchase, what is the dose, what is the dosage form, or what is the quantity. So everything will be the specific need. Then we can identify the suppliers or the vendors from whom the drug can be purchased. Then the method, procurement method, and mostly as we discussed by description, we can purchase. Then the price and terms will be decided so that it will be economic one. And if it is in bulk, then usually the drugstore may invite tenders or quotations from different suppliers. Then the purchase order has to be prepared, which specifically defines the price, specifications, terms and conditions. Then it is delivered to the supplier either by mail or personally or by fax. Then both parties can keep a copy of that purchase order, and then in case it is not delivered in time, then it can be expedited through regular call to the supplier so that it will be timely delivered. Once it is delivered, it will be received and inspected for quality and quantity. So once this quality and quantity both are fine, then the invoice is approved and payment can be made, and all these things can be recorded for future use. So the drug procurement cycle here, what we have discussed, the procurement procedure is given in this figure. So it starts with the collection of consumption information, then the drugs to be purchased are selected, the procurement method is selected, the suppliers are selected, the terms and conditions are finalized, then it is the order is given. After verifying the orders, the stock status, then the order is received and checked for quality and quantity, and once it passes, the payment can be made and the drugs can be distributed to different departments. Again, as per their consumption information, the next cycle of procurement can be done. So the supplier development, as you know, the supplier or the vendor who can provide the materials or drugs in our case. So the purchase of drugs from a specific supplier is known as the supplier development or vendor development, and it consists of 4 stages: survey stage, inquiry stage, negotiations and selection stage, experience and evaluation stage. In the survey stage, we need to know who are the suppliers, and we can collect this information from the trade directories, trade journals, telephone directories, from the medical representatives in case of a drugstore. Then you have to inquire about those suppliers, whether they can provide quality drugs, whether they can provide after sale service, whether they can provide the drugs at a competitive price, whether they can provide the drugs timely. So all these aspects has to be inquired. So the factors affecting selection of suppliers or vendors includes internal facilities of the vendor, financial adequacy, stability and reputation of the vendor, location, it should be nearby to the drugstore, after sale service, terms and conditions of payment, capability of the supplier to supply at a short notice. All these aspects are discussed before selection. Then selection can be made, and for that the tenders can be invited, and through quotations they can provide uh, what is required as per the tender. There can be negotiations, and finally they will be selected. But once they are selected for this year, as per the experience, they can be evaluated, and next year whether they will be selected or not, that will be decided as per this experience. And if the performance is good, then they may be selected for the next year, and if there is any scope of improvement, then they can be uh, asked to do the same. Payment can be done by cash or by credit, and mostly nowadays credit payment is done, and the manufacturer provides 45 days credit to the wholesalers. The wholesaler usually gives 21 days credit to the retailers. It is advantageous to both the buyer and the seller, and in business organizations there is a separate department called credit department. When the sale is done on credit, it will certainly increase the sales, but there is a risk of bad debts and delayed payments. So tender is the formal process of asking suppliers to bid, and quotation is a formal document submitted by the suppliers or interested parties in response to the tender. So tender is usually notified by the buyer uh, to ask the suppliers to give their bid on the product or services, and quotation is the document which is submitted by the suppliers in response to the tender. So there can be five types of tender: open tender, closed tender or limited tender, single tender, oral tender and global tender. When we don't have any specific idea about the supplier, we usually go for open tender. We have to advertise it in a leading newspaper, we have to notify it. Then as per the notification, the suppliers who can provide that, they can give their bid, and in most cases they have to deposit an earnest money, uh, and this earnest money provision is there just to see whether they are financially capable or not. In closed tender, we have already selected the suppliers, and we have an approved list of suppliers, and we will ask to only those approved list of suppliers. Then it is called limited tender or closed tender, and here we can minimize the chance of error. We can have no compromise on the uh, quality, because we know the suppliers, they are reliable, and with regular business there is chance of progressing reduction in price also. When materials of international standard are to be purchased, in that case global tender is required. And when there is a monopoly, only one supplier is there, in that case we only need to ask that supplier to provide that uh, patent and proprietary goods. So in that case it is called single tender. And when the order is to be repeated within a short period, we also use single tender. In case of minor requirements and urgent requirements, we may depute a person or a committee to purchase the specified items from the market, and in that case it will be called as oral tender, and the person or committee, after collecting the information regarding the price and the quality of the product, he can select the supplier and can purchase. So the tendering process starts with the notification in a leading newspaper, in which it will be mentioning the name and detailed specification of material to be purchased, quantity to be purchased, period of delivery, earnest money to be deposited, terms and conditions of purchase, date and time, as well as place for receiving and opening of the tenders. The tenders, after seeing the suppliers can send their quotation in a sealed envelope, and uh, at the given date, time and place they will be opened, and each of the tender is given a serial number, and then they will be opened in front of the representatives of the supplier, and a comparative statement is prepared, and from that comparative statement, the bidder with lowest price and giving the quality products can be selected. In some cases, we need to purchase the products at regular intervals. So usually we do a mutual agreement between the supplier and the buyer for a specific period, say 1 year, uh, and that mutual agreement is called contract. And that contract will in that contract all the details will be there, the price, the mode and date of delivery, mode of payment, all the aspects will be covered in that contract. Then discounts, the discounts are usually given by the supplier to increase the volume of business, and mostly discount is offered when there is bulk purchase, when there is cash payment or immediate payment is there, and sometimes to maintain good relation with the buyer, the supplier offers discount. There can be three types of discount: volume discount, cash discount, and cumulative discount. Volume discount means as written here 10 plus 1. That means if we purchase 10 box of medicines, then one box will be given free. So 10 plus 1 or 100 plus 30. So if we purchase 100 strips of medicine, then 30 strips will be given as bonus. So that is volume discount. And sometimes if we pay immediately with cash, 5 to 10% discount is given. Cash, that is called cash discount. And in some cases, the business is continued until a certain level of purchase is done. So it will be the purchase will be cumulative, and once that particular level is achieved, then a certain discount will be given. That is called cumulative discount, and this can be done in case of contracts. Thank you. This is all about procurement of drugs.